You know, I love my computer, and one of the things that scares me the most is when it breaks and I don't know what to do with it. But we have just the place to come if your computer breaks down, and that's right here in St. Charles at Pearl Computers. Hi, we're here with Chris Black with Pearl Computers right here in St. Charles. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Very good.
Tell us all about Pearl Computers. How did you start?
Well, we got started in '95. I had been working for a large outfit that catered to the big corporate accounts in the metro area. And at that time, the volume was so intense, I didn't feel that we took very good care of the smaller businesses, which a lot of those are pretty big businesses. But so I felt there was a need for a smaller company that could give better attention and take better care of the business community. So that's why we started Pearl.
So what do you do? I mean, I've got a small business and I need my computer set up, or you just fix them. What do you do?
Well, we do a lot of different things. The general answer I give to people is we sell and service business and corporate accounts in the metro area. But we also do personal computers as well. We are a warranty service center for most of the major brands. So we can come on site and fix your computer, or you can bring it in.
Okay.
Either one. We recommend and sell and support small business networks. We're a Microsoft certified shop. We do a lot of different things.
You do, okay.
Right.
So when you start with a business, I don't know anything about computers, but I'm opening a bed and breakfast, for example, and I need a computer to network with other people. What do you do? Do you set up a website for me? Do you just sell me the computer, plug it in, and wish me luck, or what do you do?
Right. Well, no, we would send one of our technicians, one of our senior technicians out to your site, and we would do an evaluation of your needs, and from there we would prepare a proposal. We always try to give businesses what they need, but not more than they need to get started. We work with WSI on the web side, and they're one of the leading providers, and not only do they set up your site, but the primary thing is to get some results from your site, not just have it be a billboard on the internet. So they work very hard to get results on the marketing side for your company with the WSI part. So, and then we get the equipment in, install it, set it up, and then keep it running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you said you have a senior technician. How many employees do you have, and what all do they do?
Well, we generally have about 8 to 10 employees full-time. When we have a lot of people we can subcontract out to for larger projects. We currently have 2 senior technicians, MCSEs, and then we have 3 other techs on staff as well.
Okay, so MCSC, that means?
That's a high-level Microsoft certification, sorry.
Okay.
Everybody likes to throw out the acronyms.
I know,
but,
I know.
Yeah.
Well, so your employees have been with you a long time, or how do you find a good employee?
Well, that's hard, and yes, they have been, several of them. Joanne Bringard, who's my right-hand gal, I guess you might say, has been with me for 15 years, since the beginning. Jennifer, that runs the front, and she's probably who will answer when you call in. She's been with me for 13 years, so I've got some great people and a great staff. Very proud of them.
So they've helped you grow the business from the very beginning?
Absolutely. It's very important.
Well, I know you're very involved in the community in a lot of ways. I know you've worked with the city, for example, on the 4th of July committee. You're also on the Landmarks board.
Landmarks, right.
So
right.
Tell a little bit about what that is. Why is it important for you and your employees to be involved in the community?
Well, I think the quality of life issues that you and I have talked about many times. Riverfest is just a fantastic event, and it's great that it's a city-funded event, so it's kind of something that you and the council choose to give back to the community. Really appreciate the support for music and entertainment and the arts in town. And I think Riverfest plays a big part, as do a lot of the other festivals in that. And then, the landmarks and the various boards, they're important to maintain our heritage here. And we've got something that few other cities have with our historical downtown, and not just downtown, but the city in general.
Well, I know we'll get back to talking about computers, but we had this idea a long time ago about getting restaurants out and be able to have people eat outside, and that's where we started Hot Summer Nights. And I know you were on the ground floor with that, helping put that together.
Right.
So you like that kind of stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, I like it. And well, as you said, it gets to be work more and more as time goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do love it a lot. And this year, the Hot Summer Nights, I think, was our best ever. I think we say that every year, but I think it gets better every year. I know this last one was just over the top. With, the crowd was.
I know, and a beautiful night.
And the weather.
And the weather is great.
Right.
It's always sunny in St. Charles. Now, how did you first get into computers? This wasn't something as a young kid you said, or was it? I want to be in computers when I grew up.
There
they weren't around
right.
when we were.
I bought, for some reason, I guess I was just curious about them, I bought the first IBM dual disk drive PC that came out. And I had a color monitor, and that was a really big deal back at that time.
Instead of the old orange.
Right. And I just learned from there, and I took some classes at UMSL, but I primarily learned just from my peers, and sticking with it.
Well, it's one thing fixing a computer, it's another running a business. How did you transpose into the business end of it, managing it, owning your own company?
Well, as you know, Wendy and I started the Cafe Beignet in 1980, so that was our first real business venture. And while she was running the restaurant, I had a small consulting firm where I would go around. That's where I got my feet wet, helping people with computers, and then I kind of got out of that, went to work for the bigger companies, and then I started Pearl. So it's just over time. I actually managed TGI Fridays for a while, and they have I assume they still do. At that time, they had an exceptional management training program, not just for restaurants, but management in general, which obviously helped the cafe, but taught me a lot about how to run a company. So I attribute a lot of that management experience to them.
Now, is this something that you hope your family stays with, the Pearl Computer? You have anybody in your family to take over?
Well, not really.
Retire?
Wendy hates computers, and my daughter and son are okay with them. They use them, but they're not. That's not really their interest. So now it'll have to be maybe my grandson. I don't know.
There you go. You've had 3 different locations here in St. Charles. Why stay in St. Charles?
Well, I love St. Charles. I grew up here, or at least since I was 6 years old. And the first office was in one of Penny's buildings down on 2nd Street, right by Music on Main. In fact, we used to have to stop working at 5 o'clock when Music on Main started because we couldn't hear the phones or anything, which was a good problem to have once a month in the summer. So that's kind of got us going, and then we moved to a location on 5th Street across from Kentucky Fried Chicken. And then we purchased this building about 4 or 5 years ago. Been here ever since. And
so what's your address here so everybody knows?
It's 910 First Capitol Drive, and probably one of the biggest reasons I like it, it's just a few blocks from my house. So
yeah, you can walk.
Makes it very convenient.
So I can't, even if I don't own a business, but I just have a personal computer at home, you service those too?
We do those as well. If you go to pearlcomputer.com, the website will direct you to either personal side or business side. Typically on the personal side, most people want service of some sort, although we do sell and can get just about any computer product made. We do have one product, though, I might mention. It's called Watchdog, and what that does is we load an agent on your computer, and it will monitor your system 24/7, 365 days a year, and send us and you, if you'd like, email alerts if it detects any problems. So what it does is try to prevent problems before they happen. So it'll tell us if you're getting memory errors. It'll tell us if your antivirus is out of date. It'll tell us if your hard drive's getting full. It can tell us if your computer shuts down. So that's a great tool, and we highly recommend that. Yeah.
So it'd let you know I have a problem, and then you can either call me. Can you fix it long distance?
Right, we can fix it. We can dial in and fix it that way if it's a simple problem. If it's a severe problem, which we do get emergency alerts on the severe problems, and then we can we just work with the client. Do we need to come out, or do you need to bring it in, or you know,
well,
whatever.
that's pretty cool. You're pretty connected.
Very cool. It's a great tool.
I know you love music. You've been working with me, with other people in the city to help us find just the right bands. And you have a band. Tell us about, when did you start your first band, and how do you?
Oh boy.
What are you into now? I mean, it's Arbogast Band. Everybody knows you.
Right.
But tell us, how did that all start?
Well, I started playing guitar, I guess, when I was about 14, and
In the garage. Was it a garage band?
it was not it wasn't even a band. It was just me. But this funny story I like to tell about that is we didn't have a lot growing up, so getting a guitar was a big deal. So parents bought me a guitar, and they also bought me lessons and a book. So there was a little music shop. I don't even remember the name of it. They had just opened up, and so they sold me the lessons and the guitar. And when I went to take my first lesson, they had moved out and left town. So this was a very long time ago, and so I was on my own, and that's pretty much how I learned. I was on my own, and from playing with people better than I am, which is what I'm doing now in the Arbogast Band. So I've been in many bands, toured the Midwest for about 10 years, played down at Tan-Tara. We were the house band at Tan-Tara for many, many years.
Oh, wow. Probably heard you down there.
Well, probably.
Did you live down there, or you just?
We lived down there,
the
played down there full time, all year long.
Okay.
Long ago. And then been with various bands over the years, but the A Band, or Arbogast Band, is my favorite band that I've ever been in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now, is your grandson into music yet?
He's only 7 months old, but I think he is, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
He bobs
even at
his
7,
head.
you can tell, right?
So.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
We enjoyed this, and
Thank you.
We look forward to many, many more years of having Pro Computer right here. In fact, you need to expand and have about 4 of them around town.
There you go.
Would be good.
Who knows what the future will bring, but
True.
we love it here. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time.